Superstar Saga. Let's do it.
All right, cool. Hi, my name is Romilio. This is going to be any percent for Superstar Saga. And I think we should start because there's going to be an introduction. We can explain a lot. So are you ready on time? Okay. On go. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so if we want to do like a quick roll call for the couch before we...
I'm Mr. Shasta. You saw me last run.
And I'm Alt Biscuit.
Yeah, these guys, fellow runners of this game. So glad to have these guys on the couch. The basic story for this game is it's more of a spin-off that turned into like its own series, which is really not cool. Mm-hmm. And the story of this game is Peach's voice actually gets taken away by these two wizards guys, or these two wizard ladies, and we're gonna go save her.
Well, with the way that we do this run, the story might be a little different if you connect the dots.
Just a little bit. That's Kakla and Fawful. They're the two main villains of the game. Kakla especially being, well, you'll see her later.
Not much, really. But
Yeah, just a wee bit.
Well, if you haven't seen a run of this before, about the first 45 minutes or so are going to be normal-ish. And then we'll let the rest of it speak for itself when we get there.
yeah, it's going to be a really fun time.
It's going to be a wild ride. Buckle in, relax for 50 minutes or so, and get ready.
I guess just to give a frame of reference, glitchless for this game is about 3.5 hours. Mm-hmm. And the estimate for this is 1 hour and 35.
Yeah.
So we're cutting about 2 hours out of it.
It's going to be fun. You'll love it, trust me.
Yeah, not much to this first introduction. We're going to have a small tutorial about how to fight and everything.
You have to love this part, though. Bowser comes to Peach's castle to actually kidnap Peach, but the fact that Peach's voice is now explosives makes it so Bowser actually can't kidnap Peach at all. So he's just really mad about that, and then he just fights Mario and Luigi.
Yeah, if you've played any of the other Mario RPGs before, this combat system should look familiar.
Yeah, one thing I really like about the Mario RPGs is the combat.
Yeah, if you hit a button at the right time, you do more damage, but the key distinction in the Mario and Luigi series is you can avoid all damage if you time it correctly. Mm-hmm. And that's going to be very important considering how low level we're going to be at the end of the game.
Text boxes in this game work, but it's a frame-by-frame system, so the faster you can mash, the faster you can get through text boxes. So you can save some frames on those as well. Oops. Oh.
Yeah, there you can see, before I was skipping all the damage because I was just jumping over all the fire.
You get healed automatically here, it's okay.
Yeah.
And Marilla can mash really fast, by the way, so you get through your text boxes very quickly, as you can hear right now.
Yeah,
That's
if you can hear that.
I hope you enjoy that tapping noise.
It's especially important later, because we get a move later that you can do more damage depending on how fast you can mash. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Yeah, that'll be our main source of damage for the later parts of the run.
Get used to that noise. Now I can have to escape because 18 emojis suddenly exploding in front of their face.
Yeah, so now that we have free movement, I can talk about how picking up items and coins and everything is really important throughout this run. All the item route is routed perfectly for being able to do a bit of shopping later on in the run. And through that shopping, we'll be able to get all the equipment we need for the final fights.
And specifically, the item in question is the mush badge, which we'll go into more detail on when we get it. But the short version of that is the more mushrooms in his inventory, the more damage he does. And it completely breaks the game with Chopper Brothers, which is an attack that we unlock later.
Yeah.
That's the attack you're talking about, where the faster you can mash, more damage it does.
Another very common theme in Mario and Luigi games is Luigi tends to be the butt of every joke.
Yes.
And in a Dream Team even went as far to make fun of thousands of Luigis. But
Bowser mistakes Luigi for one of his minions here and gets captured. He's just here seeing Mario off on his adventure, but Luigi just gets dragged along by Bowser.
Yeah.
It's great.
If the RNG was a little different, we might only see Mario in this game.
Luigi is the wizard in this game, as you'll find out later. He enables everything.
Here we go. They're going to take off and watch what happens here. We just trying to escape. Can you do it? Can you do it?
No.
Which, if you haven't played this game in a long time or haven't played it at all, I would highly recommend picking up the remake on the 3DS, which came out last year. It's a very good remake of this game and fixes some of the balance issues that it has.
This game has a lot of just RAM balance issues like that, especially the mush badge, and also like certain broken things we'll get into later. But let's just say it's very beginner friendly compared to this game, which is a lot harder. Both games are worth playing, I'd say, though, for their own reasons. But yeah, the remake is definitely a lot easier.
Yeah, they're both pretty accessible. This game is just on the Wii Virtual Console, and the remake just on the 3DS.
This part's great as well. You choose direction here, which gives you a different expression. Let's see if Emilio chooses this time. What's your directions of choice here?
I've been loyal to my directions ever since I started this game, so I'm gonna go with left down.
Ooh, left down.
It's a good choice.
The madman. Can you do that? Lions, which direction should you pick?
Oh, I heard it right. There we go.
All right, which one now for Luigi?
Down?
Down?
Oh no, too early.
Ah, too early.
Pick another one.
Time
hurry.
lost, no. Down.
There we go. Alright.
You know, I've always wanted to say that what direction you pick, like, determines the RNG for the rest of the run. And, you know, I could probably tell that to like 95% of people and they'd believe me.
I believe it.
I believe it too.
Yeah, so right there we actually skipped one of the tutorials, but a common thing for a lot of the tutorials, they actually don't really let you skip it. They still just hijack your fight right here. So like the remake fixes a lot of that, which is really nice.
Makes things a little bit less tedious.
Yeah.
This tutorial is not too bad though. It just tells you how to counterattack in battle like this.
Yeah, this is teaching you the Luigi battle tech now.
And thankfully, at least in, I think, the last year or so, a few new skips have been found early on, which cut out some of the tutorials.
Yeah. There's one that skips the whole tutorial again, and there's one that saves a pretty decent chunk of time.
Come here, you. This section we have two Goombas, and we're forced into battle with one of them. And after a battle, there's actually another Goomba next to us which we can face, but we're not going to do that because it's slow. We're just going to leave him there forever. In the remake of this game, there's actually an entire game based around this little premise right here. These two Goombas that we put in the barrels right now. We eventually battle with them, and it's sort of like turn-based combats, which is like based around like what enemies we have like with us. It's called Battle Just Minions. It's really great, and the story is also amazing for it, and the writing.
Two.
Got two.
Level ups in this game are pretty important, especially for Mario. As you can see, there's a level roulette at the end to give you bonus points, and Mario's relies on getting those power bonuses. So if I end up getting too low, it's not the end of the world. It's not a reset, but it could cost a bit of time depending on which fights I'm in.
The game tries to discourage you from picking the same thing over and over again, too. Like, if Mermilio got a handful of 3s on power at the beginning, he'd be far less likely to get anything other than a 1 until he picked a few other things for a few other levels. But considering we're only getting, what, like 10 level ups?
Yeah.
So we just throw it all into POW for the most part.
Yeah, the first 4 level ups are the big deciding factor in how fast the run will be. Because after that, we actually just get the mush badge, and then it's just a good time for all the fights from there on.
You know, I was just about to mention how good the dialogue in this game is, and
Amazing.
just many of you may have noticed by now that the game is in English, and the Japanese version of this game is actually very different balance-wise. The English version came out first, and that's not typical of most games back then, where the Japanese version come out first and the English version has some bug fixes. But instead, the Japanese version had some bug fixes, and the text isn't any faster because it's just as fast as you can mash. But they ended up nerfing a lot of stuff in the Japanese version, but also some of their fixes introduces new glitches. But the deciding factor for the English version is the mush badge is just so overpowered in this version of the game.
Yeah, even though the Japanese is pretty magical for glitches, the mush badge is just so great in this run.
You've had before where on the Japanese version, you kind of just glitched into the Mario Bros. Minigame on the main menu before.
Yeah, that was really funny.
That's one example of just how crazy it is.
And you can clip through walls with barrels. Like, there's almost nowhere you can't get once you find a barrel. Similar to this version, but it has its limits.
Yeah.
I have Fury!
Yeah, this guy's a fan favorite character.
It's great.
Comes back in all the others.
Is he back in Inside Story?
Yeah, he's the boss of Inside Story.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He doesn't
is.
come. Actually, I don't remember if he comes back in Dream Team at all, but
I think he is, yeah. Or at least Popple does.
yeah, another favorite.
Yes. Popple's great too.
You could probably fit in a donation or two right here.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Cyberbot X has $30. Long timer. First timer. Am I doing this right? Yeah, sounds legit to me. Superstar Saga is such a great start to the Mario Luigi RPGs. Good luck to Marmilio. Putting this towards Meta Stigma singing Lobotomy Chicken because everyone needs to hear it. It is just magical. And we have $100 from Ross Powell, says first time donating. And I just wanted to say the showing so far has been lovely, and I'm really enjoying the audio, great mix of levels and such.
Yeah, so upcoming in this room, there's another minigame called Border Jump. It's actually a pretty interesting strategy we have for this. First off, we skip the tutorial because tutorials are bad. And so we have 3 lives, as you can see in the top corners. It's actually faster to lose 2 lives with each of the bros.
Reason for that is because in the background there, you can see the little flag and the Super Mario Bros. 1 sprite work. It's because after the flag raises to the top there, as you can see, fireworks will actually shoot off, depending on how many lives you have. And that saves just a little bit of time if you have less fireworks shoot off. In this case, just 2 fireworks will shoot off because you have 2 lives.
Yeah.
If any
So
bro
right
loses
here.
all 3 of his lives, you have to redo the entire thing.
Every runner seems to have like their own favorite way to lose 2 lives each. It's just a minor way you can kind of add your own signature to it, just like the portraits that you decide to get.
All right, we're gonna pick up this pipe. This is pipe number 1. Throughout the world map, there's a bunch of pipes that you can warp to, and that saves a lot on just backtracking and everything if you need to.
The remake has like double the pipes as well, which is really convenient.
Yeah.
Especially one that goes straight to Hu Village, the area after Stars Fields is where we are right now. That one's really convenient. You'll see why later.
And now we're about to find out why the Mushroom Kingdom economy is not doing too well. At least if you go through the game normally, like you find out that Mushroom Kingdom coins 100 equals 10 bean coins, but later it's like 10 billion equals 99 or something like that.
999.
Yeah.
Or it is 99, yeah.
It's something like that.
It's crazy. The economy's not doing too well in Mushroom Kingdom. Probably because there's only one princess, and usually she's captured, and there's no one else to run the country. Gotta guess.
So we opened up this area, and the point of this area is to be able to get 100 coins, so we can get past that guy, which his name was Tolstar, by the way.
So, coming up in the next room, there's going to be these single question mark blocks that have 10 coins in them. And it's actually more deceptive than it looks to get all 10 coins from it because it's on a time limit. Many people who've tried to pick up this game, that's like one of the first things they usually complain about is the timing to get those 10 coins.
Yeah, a few runners have actually quit because of this, and that's not even the hard part.
Oh, the best is yet to come.
Yeah, so each of all the multi-coin blocks have 10 coins in them, and all the M&L blocks have 16, 12, and then 8 at the very end.
Here's the Star-shaped bros. They don't look familiar to any of us. Don't worry. Never seen them before. A common theme in Mario and Luigi games is like these tutorial NPCs like this. They look similar to Mario and Luigi all the time. So like, for instance, in the glitchless run, you see all of them. There's these jellyfish sisters that look just like Mario and Luigi. There's these people with powered wigs look like Mario and Luigi, etc., etc. There's a lot of them.
These guys are going to give us some big movement options throughout the overworld, and then they're also going to teach us a new attack for fighting.
And soon we'll have the first skip of the run here, where we can skip the second half of this tutorial here.
Where you go at the very top of this jump course is what it's called. It's about 15 seconds or so.
Yeah, throughout all the tutorials, they usually ask if you want to do it again. And when I get those options, I mash A and B alternating in order to skip that. There's some tutorials where you can't, and you just have to menu with the D-pad instead, though.
Yeah, B says no on yes or no questions, but in later Mario and Luigi games, it doesn't do that, so and that can be a little frustrating.
All right, here we go. First skip of the run. Let's do this. Easy every time. Nice.
So
Can we clap for that?
there was a
Thank you.
there's a trigger at that exit there where the Starshine brothers, or Starshade, will yell at you for not completing the tutorial, but doing the movement right there will skip the trigger, so it saves about 15 seconds.
Yeah, that was found pretty recently for this game. It was found in 2017. There was like a big chunk of time, like around a year and a half ago, where nothing was really going on in this game, and it was kind of only me just grinding my time down. But luckily, a couple of new people came in and helped optimize everything, which is really nice.
So you'll notice earlier, Mermelio got into this fight intentionally. There's a couple.
Ooh, 3! That's really good luck.
There's a couple of reasons for that. The first one, Mario's special jump attack, Splash Brothers, he wants to use it 8 times to unlock the advanced version of it for a boss fight later. That and this upcoming tutorial, you get a free refill on BP, so you don't have to use a syrup.
If you go into this tutorial with Mario out first, you actually save a little bit of time movement because Mario moves to the left of that little platform there and Luigi's on the right. So it's just a proper order.
And funnily enough, the tutorial for the jumping attack here also counts towards the 8. So
Yeah, they ended up fixing that once they released the Japanese version, so the routing for that is a little bit weird.
I believe it still gives you a free refill, though.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, okay.
But like your starting stats are actually different between the English and Japanese versions, so everything's like all routed out differently.
Yeah, the stats are actually wildly different in the Japanese version. Like, you're more likely to get 1s in the Japanese version after selecting the same thing, like, even more than twice. And many bosses have different HP values.
He's going to teach you about different forms of Splash Bros right here. And the default sets it to the 4-1 version of Splash Bros, which uses 4 BP, or Bros points, for each time you use it. It gives you, like, it does exactly what it does in the tutorial there, where it slows you down whenever you're about to hit something. Just make it a little bit easier on you. We're going to switch to the 3-3 version every single time, because 1, it takes less BP, 2, it's also faster, and 3, it's also easier to do in general. So he's going to do that right here.
And it does more damage, too, on top of that.
Exactly. It's just better. But it's more risky, of course, for someone who's like new to the game or playing for the first time.
Luigi's power doesn't really matter throughout the run. It's really nice to have high power though, so like you'll be able to like one-shot for most enemies sometimes. And right there, I ended up getting a mushroom. And item drops are pretty important. There's 4 or 5 encounters that I get throughout the run that are actually intended. And they have about a 30% chance to drop a mushroom every time. So I want to see 3 mushroom drops throughout the run. That'll save a bit of time normally.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but if you get a lucky hit right here, does that mean you actually... I was going to say...
Yeah, it actually saves 1 turn with Mario, which is funny.
Yeah.
It's like the only time that a crit matters.
Let's go 3. Let's go right here. 3, 3, 3, 3. Oh. Dang.
Reset.
Now we're running into the last little bit of coins right here at the end. those fireflies, if there's 4 enemies inside the battle, they'll give you 8 coins. If there's 3 of them, they give you 6 coins. You get just enough to get 100, which is exactly what you need to pay Tolstar to get through Stardust Fields.
Yeah, if you miss 2 coins, you gotta walk the bridge of shame to get the coins you needed.
Yeah, coins of shame, they're pretty shameful, so I try to avoid them.
Shame on you for getting them.
This fight is, we're just gonna alternate Splash and Bounce Bros, and it should kill with 1 extra attack from Luigi.
Yeah, this fight's pretty straightforward. The Japanese version can actually save a turn here if you roll all 3s up to this point.
There's a small bit of luck though in the second half of this fight. When he starts yelling out Nyek, he's gonna do a different attack, but the little test spots of Nyek loses just a little bit of time, which adds up a little bit, but it's not too bad.
Yeah, there's far many more things in the run that could cost time that are not in your control.
Exactly. The 2 more Splash Bros and another Bounce Bros and Wash and just 1 regular jump from Luigi, and that's the entire boss fight after that. I got Nyek.
Yeah. Right here, he's gonna start doing 2 attacks once you get him to low HP. But we can still dodge them all pretty easily.
And upcoming is, in my opinion, the most important jump of the game after
Agreed.
this fight.
I think it should be in everyone's opinion. This is the defining jump of the run, right here.
All right, come on,
Luigi
give us
needs
3.
to
Right here,
level up.
right here. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Oh, the tease.
Yeah, sometimes it's technically not random throughout the level ups, but the roulettes move so fast you can't really time it with just your eyes.
So here Bowser gets hit by a cannon, which this is important for Larry. Gets shot by a cannon, which gives him insomnia, which makes him forget who he is.
All right, here we go.
That's
Serious
important.
time for 5 seconds.
Okay. Yo! Let's go.
You got the swag jump.
We call it swag jump. He named it.
It's a it's a pretty tight timing there. They expect you to spin jump over it, but that's not the only situation where that can happen.
Or high jump if you fall down as well.
If he missed that, though, there would be another opportunity to do it at the end of the run. So when we get there, we'll see if we're 2 for 2.
I believe.
I also believe.
Thank you. I'm glad you do. I believe in you too.
So right now I'm just going to be loading a bunch of flags so I can get to the next area. So there's time for a couple of donations if you'd like.
Sure, no problem. We have $50 from nothing. I'm super ready for Superstar Saga, and a quick thanks to everyone for this event. It's always fun to watch, and you all do so much. It's awesome. We also have $50 from Carlios. That's always love seeing this every year. Greetings from Sweden. Ooh.
Probably get a few more in.
Yeah.
Man, I feel sorry for that controller.
I'm trying to stay away from the blast zone of the sparse fly off controller right now.
Oh man, $150 from Bellatar says, great event, huge thanks to everyone making it possible. $30 from Benji Lefebvre says, kiss to la French Lissim. I speak German, not French, I can't do it.
That's actually a seemingly random NPC, but you actually need to talk to that person in order to get through to the next area. It's such a weird flag to load everything.
It's fixed in the remake, of course, because it's really... that confused me a lot growing up playing this game. Let's just say that. It probably confused you too.
And these guys look oddly similar to some other people we know.
Yep. Wario and Waluigi.
Their sprites are actually on the cart somewhere, but they were unused.
Yeah. All right, this is kind of a movement-heavy area, finally.
Nice.
Free.
That beanie can be a bit troublesome there. If he's close enough to you, he'll just run after you immediately, and we'll get into that battle there.
Actually got another skip coming up here, which skips some of the fountains in the area.
Yeah, first, we need to make a little detour because we need this syrup for the upcoming fight.
This skip is found by Solidified Gaming. It saves having to go through 2 rooms, and it saves about a minute or so. You have to do this fight here anyways because...
Oh, lucky hit.
Nice. You have to do this fight anyways because it allows you to have... it allows you to level up, which makes it so you do more damage on the upcoming mini-boss named Huros.
Yeah, if you don't know who Solidified Gaming is, he's got quite a reputation in various Mario RPG communities for breaking games.
Come on. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Come on.
Oh.
Maybe we should root for twos.
Oh,
Right.
we'll see about Luigi though.
Let's see. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3.
Some bad luck throughout the run.
Here we go. Check it out.
Right. It's really tough. You have to move the same amount of pixels down left and down right. Or down left and then back to the right. There we go.
There we go. Just clip on through that platform. Now do the Shasta jump.
The Shasta jump.
Yes. Come on, let's go. Hey.
There we go. So that skips the whole area on the way to the left, and it saves about 1.5 minutes, which is really, really nice.
In that area, do exactly what you just did right there. Just water 2 of those, whatever they're called.
These fountain guys.
Yeah. And just, it makes that dragon all blushy, and then just go up there. You just go through the tornado.
I'm going to pick up this, the 1-up mushroom. I only got, I believe 2 mushroom drops from the enemies encounters, so I'm going to pick that up to make everything work.
All right, this is Huros. It starts off with a mini game where you have to go to these little spirits here, and they're randomly spawn. You almost spawn right in front of you, though, so it takes less time to get them. We're getting some great luck right now, though. As soon as I say I jinx it.
Oh,
Man, this
maybe
is
not.
really good.
Oh, wow.
Wow, nice.
Good stuff. That's some great
That's
luck.
really good. By the way, that timer is more important than you realize. I'll explain a little bit later, but the short
good luck.
version is we cannot save anymore
Yeah.
until the very end of the game.
So where Huros goes in the very beginning of this fight matters a lot, or it matters just a little bit, just mostly for convenience sake. If he goes to the bottom pillar, which is what he did right there, you actually have to do no menuing throughout the entire fight if that happens. So we can just have Mario and Luigi just like move it to the right and get the bros move out, and that's about it. That's all menuing you have to do for his fights.
Yeah, Huhurus has 45 HP, and what I would really like to happen, but unfortunately my power is too low, is for Mario to do 12 damage. Right now he's only doing 10, but I would like Mario to be able to kill Huhurus in 4 turns.
The back after this happens is going to do, I think, another bounce bros with Luigi to do the last 5 damage.
Yeah, Luigi's bounce bros will do it. If Luigi's power varies as well, if it's a lot higher, you can do jumps or anything. But in this scenario, it would be a bounce bros.
There's actually also a soft lock on this boss they can do, found by Amalicious. He usually runs Pay Mario 1000 your door. You want to explain it?
I actually forgot how to trigger it.
Right.
Actually,
been a
same here.
while.
That's why I went to you.
Yeah,
Admittedly.
I can talk about it.
Go
So
for it.
The advanced counter that we were talking about earlier when we were talking about the spin jumps and high jumps. If you end up getting advanced command on the same turn that you kill Huhurus, you'll actually soft lock. It just won't play like the kill cutscene, which is really weird.
That was also fixed in the Japanese version.
Oh, damn.
I think that's going to be an extra turn on the next 2 bosses.
Yeah, looks like
Yeah.
it. Your power matters a lot in the early game because it makes it so. Because if you have lower power like I have right now, it just makes it so a lot of boss fights take a little bit longer.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
I would really like it if there was 27 power there, but I believe that was 25.
Yeah, 25.
Yeah, that's pretty below average.
Small skip right there. So it's going to go to the platform on the left there and high jump up there, then spin jump across, but you can just kind of high jump there if you do it correctly.
Alright, so this dry bones can give me some trouble right here. Nice.
It's way out of the way.
Anticipation.
Yeah.
He can hug the top wall there, and he won't aggro the dry bones there.
If you get into a battle, all your water is drained, so yeah. You kind
Yeah.
of need that advance.
If you want to kill the dry bones, it'll take like a minute. Luckily, you can run away, and it's actually a pretty fast run away, but you lose a bunch of coins.
Yeah, that's the other reason we don't want to get into encounters, aside from the fact that it wastes time, but it also wastes coins, and coins are a valuable resource.
You can just barely not make that cycle there for that tornado, unfortunately.
Yeah, the one cycle of legend. More tornado movement here.
And one little spin jump up here. Right into that platform.
Gonna pick up these items on the left right here. And we're gonna go into the boss room.
So ideally, Murmillo wants to end this turn, or end the fight on the same turn that Mario gets Splash Advance. I'm not sure if you're going to have the luxury to do that with your power, though.
I think I can.
We'll see what the math turns out to be.
Yeah, I think Luigi's gonna be doing 7 damage, and I think it'll end up getting Luigi's advanced command, which normally we wouldn't want. It's about a 8-second loss, but that's the only way to show off the trick, I think.
Yeah, if you kill the boss on the same turn you get advanced, both the animations play at the same time, so you get a little bit of a time save there.
Yeah, all the fights and extra encounters are routed out so that you kill the boss on the same turn.
For some reason on the Japanese version they fixed it. They thought that was a problem.
I don't know why.
Yeah, maybe because of the Hoohurus.
They don't like going fast. That's why it's a slower version.
Oh, you're right. Alright, so I think this is 14.
Yeah.
And this will be 7.
The whole mechanic of Drago here is that more damage you do to him, the smaller it gets like that. Kind of a small Drago.
Alright, so I think this will turn out to be an extra turn.
Yeah, looks like it too.
Unless,
You're doing 21 each, so that should be 4 turns.
yeah.
He has 80 HP, so
Well,
if you add that up, it goes
yeah.
out to 84 in the end. Which, you want to end on Mario's turn for the Splash Bros. Advance to actually trigger, so yeah. There's a lot of math. Oh,
Yeah, so here's
go.
an example of it.
oh yeah. I was,
Unfortunately, won't be able to show off the trick, but it's not really a big deal.
I always love Martin Luigi's gibberish in this game.
Yeah.
Never really speak.
Yeah, normally, this is where Dragahoho would die, and both animations would play at the same time.
Oh yeah.
Alright, this is pretty interesting. So if I do that and fail it, that's actually the same damage as if I did a fully timed regular. The reason for that is because the Bounce Bros, it's based off of who touches the enemy.
3!
Yeah.
Let's go.
So all the Bros attacks, they're based off who actually touches the enemy when it attacks. So a lot of the time, it'll only be based off Mario's damage.
Yes, the dragon is a prince. Don't worry about it. Actually, in the story, he's Prince Peasley of the Bean Bean Kingdom. And we're going to go save Queen Bean now. He tells us about Queen Bean, how she's in trouble. So we're going to save her right now. Also, yes, whenever he flips his hair, the screen flashes. He's very elegant like that. He flies on a winged bean.
He's very fancy.
He's great.
Yeah, on how damage is calculated, we, for a while early on for the RTA on the glitched route, we thought some items were bugged because it wasn't benefiting Luigi, but it was, in fact, working as intended because it was using Mario's power the whole time.
Yeah, we actually went up there to get this block to give them hammers, but we came down without it. But we're really lucky that it just fell into their chimney. So now we have hammers, and that's going to allow us to get past that block that Fawful blocked us with.
You could probably get a few donations before the minecart game here.
Yeah.
All right, we've got $14.29 from Ghost King. Says, hey, it's my man Murmillo representing Cali M&L speedrunning. Good luck on the run. Shout out to the couch. Don't break that L button on those chopper bros. $14.29 for Murmillo's epic 1:14.29 run. P.S. Alta, do you think this will be the day? Donation to Runner's Choice. And we have another one from $30 from Sam. Hey, from the UK. First time watching live, but I've been following for AGDQ for years. Glad I could watch during one of my favorite games growing up. Good luck to Murmillo, and hope everyone is having a brilliant time.
So to about today being the day, at least when I used to run this game, I made a big deal about how I've never failed the minecart game aim on stream. So now there's like this joke in the community about just this is a high pressure situation here because it's not that it's hard, but you don't want to be the one guy to fail it during a run.
That one guy.
It's actually pretty easy. You get 15 gems in the entire minecart section, and there are 2 thwomps, which take away 3 gems whenever you get hit by it. So basically, if you don't miss a gem, And if you get by all two of those swamps, or excuse me, if you don't get by like one of the swamps, you'll win the Minecraft mini game.
Yeah, if you end up getting hit by both of them, it's an automatic fail.
Yeah. So don't be that guy.
I don't think today's the day.
I don't think it is either.
I've actually never seen a day be the day, so.
That's true.
I actually live for watching people streaming this for their first time, so I can hopefully watch them fail it.
I've done a quote-unquote 100% run of this game before, where I went through every single mini game and did the maximum requirement for all of them to get the biggest prize. The layer versions of this Minecraft mini game are actually pretty difficult.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Especially the
they're
fourth and
very
fifth
hard.
one. The fourth one has like a bunch of gems like spread really close to each other. If you miss any of them, you will actually fail. It's crazy.
Yeah, so I already jumped over the first rock, so unfortunately there's not really any trouble. Like there, still got 10.
That's just 2 more left right here. Wazam.
Whose side are you on?
We want to go fast here, okay? That's our objective.
Alright. Talk to this guy one more time. Alright, never see him again.
I'll miss you, old man.
Don't even know what his name is.
Alright, so just like with the bros jumps, we're gonna be able to use hammers in battle.
How'd they catch up so quickly?
I definitely think there's a minecart skip out there then.
One day.
They just teach you how to use hammers and battle. That's all they do. We'll see. We'll see later how to actually use them as a Brosman in battle after the next boss fights.
Yeah, that's gonna be a little bit away.
Yeah, that's where things get crazy. We're getting ahead of ourselves a bit. We're coming to the main hub world of the game, basically, which is Beaming Fields. There's our Beaming Castle outskirts, I guess, whatever you want to call it. There's a lot of stuff in here usually, but we're just gonna go straight to Beaming Castle Town. That's our objective.
You can read a donation while I get there, if there is any.
All right. Are there any, please? $50 from Sotrono says, Man, seeing Superstar Saga being ran brings back memories to being in the car doing road trips playing one of the greatest Mario JRPG games. Shout out to Sean,
Likewise.
who is watching the amazing event with me. Good luck on the Superstar Saga run, guys, and get those 3s.
Thank you.
If we're lucky, we might even see a 4.
Ooh,
With all the ones, maybe.
unprecedented.
Yeah. Just like how if you keep getting high numbers for the roulettes, the game will also give you higher numbers if you keep getting low ones.
I love these 2 guards here. They're like, they don't know who Mario and Luigi are, or excuse me, they're like, you're the world famous Mario, and the other guy's like, who's that? He's like, I have no idea. Sitting to Luigi here. Good job. No mistaking it. Who's that? I can't be certain. That's great. Then we show him the rose that Prince Peasley gave us, and we're like, oh, they're friends of Prince Peasley. Well, we gotta let him in.
Alright, we're in.
Hacker voice, I'm in.
So this next section of the game is one of the hardest areas in the run to avoid encounters.
Yeah.
In fact, it probably is the hardest area to avoid encounters.
At least in this run.
Not
Yeah.
necessarily the scariest, but definitely the hardest. I think they're called superflies, and
Yeah.
their overworld sprites have such erratic and fast movement. Sometimes you just gotta wait it out for a long time.
Oftentimes, it's better to be patient instead of trying to blitz through it, because blitzing through it more often than not means you're getting an encounter.
If I do get an extra encounter, it actually isn't the end of the world. Mario's power is really low, and the extra encounter will actually give me an extra level up. But let's see if we can just avoid them all.
And this one right here is particularly difficult to deal with.
Oh,
Is
oh, he's following you. There you
all
go.
right.
It's not over yet. You got this one too. Oh.
Hello, friend.
Please go down.
How are you doing?
Excuse me. Okay. There it is.
That was still faster than getting in the fight.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, those 2 aren't bad. There's only 2 superflies in that encounter, but later on, there's 2 more encounters that are pretty long because these spinies have a lot of health and defense.
Fun fact: it's the only time Mario and Luigi actually shoot any plumbing in any of their games. as plumbers.
Go up here to avoid that guy.
That super fly can be a little strange. You'll either stay up there on top of the pipe or just like immediately like go down and try and get you on the very bottom of the screen.
For the first month that I ran this game, I never saw the Superfly jump off the pipe. So I'm just like, oh, it's just free to run past it. And then one day it happened. I got an encounter there, and then like the next 4 runs, he was there. It's like, well,
Same here with
okay.
me, actually. That's crazy.
So next room is actually the last room with all enemies in it.
Some tricky movement there with we have to get all the iron blocks at the very top of the screen, and also one more superfly to avoid. Let's see if we can do both of them without getting into encounter.
I gotta bait this guy out if he wants to come.
Come here and get debated. There it is.
oh boy.
Here we go.
All right, one last superfly right in front of the door.
Yeah, he has like line movement, so he doesn't like randomly turn on you, which is good. And
Nice. Okay, there we go. No encounter zero. That's very, very good. Here's Lady Lima. She was actually impersonated earlier by Cacklez. You'll see his next cutscene. So she can actually send them down into the sewers to fix all the plumbing. That was Cacklez trying to stall for time.
yeah, it turns out that having broken plumbing is actually the secret to keeping the Beanstar safe. So there's actually no toilets in all of Bean Bean Castletown. There's a few NPCs that actually complain about it if we ever get to see it. but-
Wait,
Yeah.
that's actually a thing?
yeah.
That's actually a thing. Here we get just a bunch of items, like some mushrooms. I think there's syrup as well, too. And coins, of course.
This game's something else.
This game is great. It's one of my favorite games ever. I love this game so much.
Here's an example of stair jumping. We didn't really go over it, but you can move faster upstairs than walking if you jump perpendicular to them.
So this is where Splash Advance is going to come in handy here. What Splash Advance does is it does less damage, but it does double damage to spiked enemies unless you hit spiked enemies. And this is probably a boss a lot of people had trouble with because they didn't realize you could hit the arms. But we're going to skip that and just go straight for the head.
Yeah, she has 120 HP. So if Mario ended up having 27 power like I wanted before Drago Ho-Ho, it'd actually be 4 turns to kill her. But now we have to use an extra syrup.
In the Japanese version, she has 100 HP, so at this damage, Luigi would get the final hit.
There, as you can see, all the other attacks, they just do 1 damage. Oops.
Ooh. Don't do that again. No pressure.
The stakes are high.
There's only over 100,000 people watching. No pressure.
Alright, so on Luigi's turn here, we're going to heal up Mario. It's a lot faster to heal up Mario than to just hammer it out.
These advanced commands in this game are actually found out just by you supposedly just like trying to feel it out and see what you can do. Well, during attack is different from just normal attacks. It's not actually told like what to do in this game, but in the remake it's fixed, of course, and it works differently too. And
there
that's
we
Game
go.
Bean. Come on, 3. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3.
Oh,
man.
man.
This is not good power.
This is rough. Alright, I believe in Luigi Stash, though.
I believe, though. 4, 4, 4. One again.
There was one instance of a glitchless run where I did, and in that, you just give Luigi Stash for the memes because you don't really need his power. And he ended up getting 4 5s in a row.
During Bowser's Castle as well.
Yeah.
It's very hectic run.
By the way, the stash is actually important to pick up in the any percent run because it makes items slightly cheaper, and it equates to about an extra 2 or 3 mushrooms that you can buy later on.
Quick story update. Queen Bean is now knocked out after we defeated her, and in order to restore her back to normal, how she usually looks, we need to go to Chokuk Woods to get the Chocola Cola from deep inside the woods. And that'll fix her and make her just back to normal.
Yeah, here we're learning about badges. He's going to give us a free mush badge. Or excuse, no,
No,
not a mush
if
badge.
only.
He's going to give us a free bean badge, and it increases our power and BP, which is really helpful in the next boss fight.
He only gives it to Mario, though, so Luigi has to go without, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Poor Luigi. Just pokes him.
All right, let's go, boys.
There's actually a way to skip that tutorial, but you don't get the badge if you do that.
Yeah.
And you can't buy badges from the store in the town. We don't do that, but it's just a funny consequence of skipping it.
Can do some donations while I get to the next area.
We're going to type Path 4 here really quick, though, because it's really useful for movement throughout the rest of the run. All right, go for it.
Yeah.
All right, we got $150 from Anonymous. Says, need better RNG manipulation for those threes. Maybe this will help. No? This donation goes towards naming the rival in Pokemon B2W2Bs. Also, $30 from Tudos. Nice to see Superstar Saga add a GDQ again. And excited to see Marmilio's insane mashing. Also, shout out to my boys, Alta Biscuit and Shots on the Couch, Alta Bag.
Dose bag.
We
Just
got
a boost.
$50 from Anonymous. It's to aid in such a noble quest, I will donate 999,999,999 mushroom coins. Of course, current exchange rates must apply.
Well, maybe we'll beat it fast enough so the economy won't be bad. You'll be able to be willing to pay up.
Yeah. Once we get through this barrel maze, it'll be the next boss fight. I think there actually is a barrel maze in all 3 series of Mario RPGs.
I think so.
Cool. Excuse me? Who are you?
Say what?
All right, Luigi's back with us. But we got to check out what the deal with that guy was.
And soon, arguably, the best music in the game.
All right, these two are 2 new characters introduced, fan favorites, Popple and Rookie.
Who is that? I really want to know more about that guy. He seems pretty interesting.
Yeah,
We don't have time for lore here.
unfortunately. All right, so I'm actually getting hit with Luigi right here on purpose. I want him to get hit by 2 hammers, and then that'll equal a little skip if I'm lucky. Here, 11 damage. Luigi would probably do only 5 damage with using his bounce bros, so we want to use the advanced commands, and it's also a lot faster.
At least it makes up for having low power.
Yeah.
We attack only Rookie here because if we take out Rookie, then the entire fight is over just a little bit faster.
Yeah, you actually don't have to fight Popple.
Not even throughout the entire game either. You can just take out only his minion there. And then it just ends the fight faster that way.
Alright, little cutscene here now. He's gonna start shooting fireballs randomly, which is like, who else shoots fireballs in the game? Where did this come from?
Afterwards, we're going to hope for a 50-50, where we hope that Popple hits Luigi so he gets taken out, which saves a little bit of time.
Yeah, it saves time because Luigi actually won't level up and we don't really need it anymore.
So yeah,
That,
let's RNGs, please.
Here we go. One more jump.
Hey, there we go. Bam. Sorry, Luigi.
You're Luigi.
You're Luigi.
Alright, some good luck here for the power.
Come on. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3.
Oh,
Once
man.
again. That's unfortunate.
You know, ones at this point, not really a big deal, but I'd like to see a couple twos because the final boss, you should enter at level 11, and if you don't have 46 power, I might just have to grind for levels.
Keep in mind we just hit level 7, by the way.
It's a funny thing about the killing Luigi so he doesn't get experience thing. That was kind of an accidental route discovery when Tudos used to run this game. As you let Luigi die, and then we realized, hey, we don't need all those level ups anymore. So here you save, what, like 10, 20 seconds for not leveling up Luigi, and another fight where that happens, it saves like close to a minute. So you got a couple 50-50s there for time save.
And so these two are going to teach us Bros Hammers. Once again, it also helps with movement on the overworld, and it gives us another attack in battle, which is going to be our main form of attacking from now on.
Unfortunately, we can't skip the second half of this tutorial like we did with the jump course. The trigger for them yelling at you for trying to leave is much larger.
Yeah, not even, we had the Tasser look at it for a little bit, Mug 1991, and he just says it's impossible.
Yeah, Mug was the pioneer for a lot of the initial discoveries in this game. He made the tasks for this game initially, and then I ended up picking it up in art for real time because I wanted to see if it was even possible. It was a lovely mess of sorts very soon.
Very, very soon. We'll see just what mess that was.
Oh, you'll see.
Yeah.
Hammer first.
And Mermelio and Shasta have been kind of the new blood of the Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga speedrunning community.
All right, so this next area is, I believe, Chucklehuck Woods.
Yep.
We don't really care about this area. We're only going to be here for about 2-3 minutes.
Also, another person I'd like to note is S. Jorik. He couldn't be here with us today,
Yeah, unfortunate.
but he's a new runner to the game, but he's been making some optimizations here and there. It's been very helpful.
Yes, he was scheduled to come, but unfortunately something happened.
But I'm going to preface this what's going to happen right here in a second. If you have epilepsy, you might want to look away just for, like,
Oh yeah,
a
that
little
might
bit.
be a problem.
Yeah. Just want to get that for you.
We're about to have a very abrupt change here.
Yeah. Check it out. It's going to blow your mind.
Oh.
It's a frame perfect trick. So hope we can get this quickly. There we go.
Here we go.
Oh,
Let's go speedrunning.
by the way, we did that to make 2 Luigis.
You're Luigi.
So, I guess a little bit of an explanation. The simplest way to explain it there is doing that barrel glitch earlier sets Mario's action to null. So the sign replaces it, and then it makes the action IDs freak out and overflow. So we can basically set it to whatever we want. And some useful things are like giving Mario high jump, which allows us to continue overflowing the ID values, and just a bunch of other stuff that you'll see soon. And the pixel vomit is just a funny little side effect of doing it all. It's just how the game decides to handle it.
Really just need to look at the top right screen to see like what achievements we need to get, and like, yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, at this point, we're gonna go. Now that we have the action command glitch on hand, we can go and get super hammers a lot earlier than we should be able to normally, and this is gonna unlock another area that we can skip.
Many of the action IDs that you can set it to are junk and don't do anything, but we can still get to exactly what we want.
So here, just high jump on Mario, as you can see.
Oh.
And there, now we have these 2.
We need Thunderhand and Luigi right here in particular, which we unlock way later in the game in Oasis. With 2 funny cutscenes. I love them. But yeah.
And on Mario's action command, it's actually a glitched hammer icon right now. So I can actually start the action command glitch up again when I need to.
This doesn't give Luigi Thunderhand permanently, though. As soon as Mermelio swaps away from it, it's gone until he glitches the action command again. The Super Hammer is what we're going to need to get into Tiki Valley, which has by far the largest skip in this game.
Back in the day, when Altavisca was trying to optimize his time more, there was actually a funny little RNG fest right here. He actually gambled away all his coins and hoped he'd get more.
Yeah, the Thwomp games there. But then when it was discovered that we could just kill off Luigi to not give him experience, that quickly went away, thankfully. It just got rid of some randomness and added some more into it instead. But to its credit, it became a 1 and 3 to a 1 and 2, so it was a slight improvement.
So those actually, the Lakitu-like enemies, they're called Lakipes, and they're really annoying, especially in narrow spaces. They can just drop enemies on you. I take the specific lines there to avoid all the enemies, but sometimes they just don't go according to plan.
Perfect line.
Those lines.
2 quick ones.
Body armor. Yeah. Now we're going to backtrack to the mountain area. Not all the way, though. It's, to the same area that we got hammer tutorials at.
When is Superstar Saga 112?
I don't know. I'm still trying to get a 113.
Basically, Mermillia is going to go through Tiki Valley backwards
Yep.
to get to a little fungi town.
Mario! Mario! Hi? Hammer! Hammer!
You gotta love the audio glitches that come from this.
All it says is this place where Mario and Luigi are, so you can high jump over the hitbox of the barrels there.
Yeah, we just... you can alter your height throughout a sequence of glitches through the action command, and we're just able to walk over them.
Yeah, it's a bit complicated to go into, so we'll just say that the screen is censoring exactly what's going on.
By the way, if you hit those platforms right there, you actually soft lock the game.
Yeah, this part only expects Luigi to be here, so if Mario interacts with anything, it soft locks the game. And that's a pretty common theme with any place where you have both of them.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Yeah, that's actually a small optimization found by Soric, who we mentioned earlier. You can just press L to cycle through to another high jump. That saves a little bit of time. And right here, I actually have to make a restore point.
You're playing Wii VC, by the way.
Yeah. So
Now,
you can explain it, yeah.
Yeah,
please.
the main reason for this is, as I mentioned earlier in the run, we cannot save because of a skip at the end of the game. Game requires the timer to still be running in the background. And if we load a new save, the timer event is eliminated. So for the sake of not resetting about an hour into the run here, we'll have a couple of safety restore points for that reason.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's the only way to make this route safe.
You see a boss here called Trunkle, which is basically the last obstacle before Lafunga Town, which is where you buy the mush badges. Here we go, let's see what we get.
I like that jump. There we go.
Nice. Good stuff.
All right, so now we can get to Little Fungi Town and... Oh, hello, Peach.
Hi.
Hi, Peach.
Yeah, whenever you first enter Little Fungi Town, the game expects you to have Peach, so the cutscene always includes her.
Yeah, there's a escort mission before then, going through all of Tiki Valley to get Peach to Little Fungi Town. Then she gets into a battle of Trunkle there, and then you see him down in Little Fungi Town, but we skipped all that.
Just to briefly explain the trick that was used to get here early, we call it hat teleporting, and it's the strange side effect of high jumping on Luigi when he's underground, and it causes some very weird movement to happen, especially in specific rooms, but we've figured out how to manipulate it to get past some walls.
Yeah, so earlier I just bought the mush badge, and now I'm going to sell all my items and stock up on only mushrooms.
Yeah, one-up mushrooms do not count towards it. Mushrooms, super, and ultras do, and depending on the type of mushroom, it adds damage to your attacks.
Yeah.
The key thing to note about the mush badge is the damage is added after defense is calculated, so it's basically a flat damage number. So with Chopper Brothers, which is a multi-hit attack, it gets out of hand very quickly.
Alright, so pipe back to number 6, and we're going to enter Tiki Valley through the front this time.
We're preparing right now for something we're going to simply call the big skip. It skips over 2/3 of the game, so it's a pretty big skip, as you can tell. But
One of the greatest names for skips, the big skip.
We need to clip through that Rocket there, same way we did earlier. We just displaced our hitboxes so we just hide them above it. Simply enough. And then we do the big skip, which I'll also explain that.
Yeah, we'll have another restore point coming up here, just because like the jump into Fun Guy Town, if it's messed up, you could very easily get stuck in a wall, and then it's impossible to get out.
This wall right here in particular. Mm-hmm. It's a very nice wall.
So past that wall there is the fourth Popple fight, which funnily enough triggers the end game if you defeat him.
All right.
Good
Restore
luck.
point made.
Lovely music.
Great
Yes.
song anyways.
Well, definitely my favorite song of the run.
It's my favorite in the remake as well too. They make more Western sounding, which is awesome.
Luckily, there's actually a more consistent setup for the big skip, but it still has a lot of soft lock potential. All right, nice.
There you go. Good stuff. Little fun fact, in the Japanese version of the game, there's actually a heart block right there which stores your HP and BP, but it's not included at all in the English version for whatever reason.
All right, this is coming up is definitely the scariest room in the game.
Come on, dry bones, be nice.
The dry bones room.
Going up. Going. Oh my
Oh,
gosh!
wow.
Holy moly. Nice.
They were out for blood.
Oof.
Now we can put Fire Hand on Mario, and this will actually open up a gate in front of us.
That gate, right there, you see it?
It's there somewhere.
So I'm actually going to make one last restore point before this room right here. I also would like to show off one quick trick during this. So in this room up here, you actually have to enter with Mario, otherwise it just crashes the game.
You're supposed to go through the
So-
entire last part as Mario is why.
Yep.
And
Hello.
And we stare at the wall forever.
Yep.
The end.
what a beautiful wall though.
Yeah, unfortunately, if you enter as Luigi, Luigi is actually tied up in this room already. So here it is normally. And then the save point also acts as like, it's actually needed because there's actually one situation in this fight where I win the fight, but it still just can't finish the game because I'm bad.
We really need Mario to gain the levels here.
So this is another Popple and Rookie fight. Rookie went over a big makeover since last time we saw him. But similar to the earlier one, Popple attacks at the end of the fight, and we want him to attack the Luigi, but if he attacks Mario and I miss the counter, then it's bad.
Look at his mashing, by the way. Woo! Let's go.
With good enough mashing, you can 3-cycle this boss.
Amelia has good enough mashing, by the way. just want to point that out. Woo! Let's go.
Yeah, and these are the first time we used Chopper and Knockback Bros.
Yeah, you can see how broken it is with the Mush Badge, because it's a minimum of 11 here.
Spin the win, Birdo. Spin the win.
Nightmares about Spin to Win.
Nice.
Nice. Good stuff.
All right, here we
50-50?
go.
50-50?
Yes.
Nice. There we go. Year of Luigi.
Year Luigi.
We're gonna level up, I think, 4 times here. Is that
Yeah.
correct? Yep.
3 and 4.
3.
Oh.
Okay.
2 works too.
All right, we'll take the 2.
All right, here we go, everyone. Once again, chant out. 3.
Oh man.
2 more chances. Let's go. 3.
Uh-oh.
That works too.
We'll take it. We'll take it.
We take
All right,
those.
So luckily, I'm guaranteed to have good enough power now.
But I still believe in the 3.
Oh, I saw a 4 in there. Ah.
Despite all that, you still got 46, which
Yeah.
is your comfort zone.
Yeah, you actually minimum required to have 46 power for the final boss. Any lower, and it's possible still, but you'd need a lot of backups for it.
So we're ending here with Mario at level 11 and Luigi at level 6.
Yes.
And that's what Vermilio's gonna be at to end the game.
So we're actually in a state of endgame right now. Popple and Birdo are actually the final boss on the overworld before you enter the final area. So once we head to Castletown, we'll be able to see endgame mode. Yeah.
Luck fire also changes there too, if you saw that.
But we're gonna pick up a bunch of items real quick before. There we go. Woo! There you can see
Luigi.
Yep.
Luigi.
He blew it. All right, and then one more detour before we go to the Castletown.
Need to upgrade your mush badge.
Yeah. Remember how we talked about how Mush Badge was super OP? We're just gonna get a more OP version.
Yeah, this one he's about to buy is the Mush Badge AA, and it's an 80 power boost. Is that right? Or is
I
it
think
40?
it's 80.
Something like that.
Actually, 40 sounds more normal.
You know, as normal as a Mush Badge could
Yeah.
be.
All right, so I'm gonna get some backup items in case something goes wrong during the final boss. The final boss, it's definitely the hardest boss fight I've ever played regularly, and then similar to the speedrun, it's definitely very, very hard.
Yeah, Vermilio is very underleveled for the fight, so any hit will one-shot.
All right, so 3 1-ups, I should be fine. If one of the bros dies, I can heal him, but the final boss does have a knack for killing them both at the same time.
This final boss is also in like many runners, like new runners, just it's basically prevent them from like completing their run like so many times, just because it's so difficult to actually complete without dying once.
Yeah.
Or really getting hit once, actually.
A lot of people think it's the glitches that's the hardest part of the run. So it's like, no, it's Cackletta, bar none.
Yep. So here we can see town is actually, looking the same, but there's bullets going into the ground now.
That's not normal.
Normal for this category.
And every other category, honestly.
I would say that, at least for most people that pick up this game, I'd say 50% of their practice goes to learning Cackletta just easily.
Although the game is very hard, we do like new runners, so please, if you're interested, I'd love to help anybody out that needs it.
Yeah.
Vermilio has a lot of tutorial videos on his YouTube channel to teach all the tricks.
I also have a route for the glitches category, which is, it's a time commitment of about 4 hours or so, but it's definitely a lot easier if you're having trouble with the glitches in 8% to learn that category instead.
Yes. Oh, by the way, we saw Queen Bean how she normally looked for about 5 seconds, and then we're out. But yeah, if you are having trouble with any percent glitchless, it's still a very fun run.
And then once you've mastered both those, there's the all bosses category where you beat all the bosses in the game, and that uses the Japanese version and really shows off what it's capable of doing.
Yeah, so we're actually backtracking because that dinosaur that we found earlier is going to help us get to Bowser's Castle.
Spire Jump Redemption. Come on. Oh, we gotta get it. There it is. First try, let's go.
First try.
Woo!
Yeah, so pipe 1 is actually just the closest pipe to Blablanodon, which is the dinosaur's name.
So upcoming is the last skip in the game, and this was the skip that we need that background timer event running for. Vermilio is going to get to the final boss through the escape ape route, and if he enters this next transition without a background timer event going, it would expect the timer is 0, and then you just instantly get a game over.
Yeah, it's a Super Metroid style escape. You just get out of there as fast as you can.
But now that we have this timer event running in the background, it lets you him go through the back door.
There we go. So at this point, if you didn't have the timer in the background, you would just game over.
Gonna prepare his escape here.
Yeah. You can actually, so during the escape, you would get this barrel and you would open and up the door with this switch. But if we do it early, it actually stays open no matter what.
So in the second part of this upcoming fight, there's a glitch that Romilio is going to use called the red pepper glitch. And red peppers increase your power and also make you heavier. But if you die and are revived with a 1-up mushroom, the power bonus is permanent, but the weight penalty goes away. So it's a huge help for the final Cackletta.
Yeah, this is actually we can finally save, luckily.
This is Bala, by the way. Way later in the game, Rookie was taken out. He's back to normal. He remembers he's Bowser. Spoiler alert. and also Cackleta's defeated. She's turned into a soul, and then her soul's absorbed into Bowser. Now it's Balletta. There we go, up to speed.
Ideally, we don't want to see Balletta do any healing because it might add an extra turn to the fight.
Oh, no.
Literally.
Well, that would add an extra turn to the fight,
Yeah.
too.
Just started mashing a couple frames too late. 28. All right, she's definitely at full health. There we go.
If you jump when those blocks get destroyed, they make you immune to their damage. Woo! Just curious. Anyone know?
Yeah, so you can actually... There's the counter on the blocks, and you can jump one counter early, and it still breaks the block and jumps higher than the fire.
That's what I figured. I just kind of do it just because everyone else does.
Yeah, I try to complete my runs with the least amount of A presses.
How many half A presses are those?
Right. So right there, you saw it again. There we go.
Nice. That's the first
Okay.
phase done. That's Bella.
We'll need to ask the audience to be quiet for this
Yes, please.
second part because this is a really difficult fight.
Yeah. It's also, honestly, one of the most exciting final boss fights of all time, in my opinion. It's super cool.
Alright, so
Good
final
luck.
boss is Cackletta Soul. Gonna start off the fight with Red Pepper Glitch, and then we're just gonna go to work.
Good luck, Marilia.
Thank you.
Oh. This attack is really hard to avoid, but thankfully it's not too bad in the first phase of Cackletta. She has 4 phases, each of 3 HP each. Oh, and yeah, it's bad luck as well, too. The arm attack is like way worse in later phases. So let's just say that.
Every 300 HP she loses changes the attacks that she does, and when she's under 300 HP, the attacks get really laggy and really awful.
Woo! Sorry, I'll keep it down. I'm not the audience. You didn't tell me.
Alright, so Red Pepper Glitch, hopefully she'll attack Mario. Nice.
All right, red pepper glitches go. Good luck.
Oh, did not kill her.
Oh.
That's not a big deal. I actually have an extra syrup, so I can use it now. Or here. Much better. More fire.
If all goes well, this will be 4 cycles on the heart.
Yeah, there is a scenario where I actually do too much damage, and she gives me orbs, which is very, very tough to dodge attack.
That's in the 4th phase. Brook right now he's in the 2nd phase. It's probably in the 3rd now. The heart closes after 2 turns, by the way.
Okay, phase 3.
Phase 3.
Gonna do an untimed knockback for the first heart attack this time. Alright, Luigi actually has a... If Luigi got any of the level ups from the Popple fights, you would just give it to BP and you would end up not having to heal. So we're gonna heal with Ultra Syrups on both of the bros. So I don't want to do too much damage and I don't want to do too little, otherwise she won't die or she'll kill me. Oh,
that's not good.
No.
Alright, so I can fix this by just doing an extra heart cycle, which I'm gonna do, instead of trying to avoid the... because she won't kill him this turn. Oh, but she's giving me pretty slow attacks. So, anything that spins is basically a slow attack and equates to some time loss. So I'm going to be attacking the arms here and just wait out this cycle and go back on the next one.
It cannot be stressed enough how difficult the Rainbow Orbs attack is to dodge, because not only is it hard to dodge in general, but it also lags the game, making it even more difficult to dodge.
Yeah, I can survive it, but chances are one of the bros is going to be dead, and then she might just kill me off then. Alright. I'm going to jump with Luigi on this hard turn. Hopefully that she'll be in the right range of HP. Oh, that's a little low. I'll take it. Oh, I got orb still. Alright. Oh, there it is, yeah. Oh, darn. This is gonna take a while. I'm gonna.
That's BM right there.
Yeah, unfortunately, I actually mashed a little too fast. So, she gave me I was in a far damage range from normal.
Once again, can't stress just how difficult that fight is.
Yeah,
honestly.
and just one slip up and it could be the end.
And get the arms tag as well afterwards, which would have killed Luigi, even if no kill no matter what, just because simply enough Luigi can't jump fast enough with Mario's back.
Yeah,
So,
Luigi, it's impossible for him to survive the fire the fire spinning attack, so you don't want that to happen.
Fun fact: this boss fight right here, in the glitchless run, you can actually one cycle Bow live, just one Chopper Rose if you mash fast
Yeah,
enough.
and in glitchless, I one hit this boss. Actually, I one hit every boss, and in Cackletta, I do 2 hits.
I think the mush badge damage gets up to like 30 plus
Yeah.
a hit. It's just crazy.
It's insane. That should do it. Nope.
I think she did heal twice.
Oh, that's right.
This might do it though.
Maybe. Oh,
All right, so this is the attack. I don't think we saw it earlier, but
this should take her out, I think.
yeah,
right?
usually this takes her out if you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, she can actually use Mario's 11 damage or Luigi's 1.
As far as we can tell, which damage it decides to use is random.
It's all Luigi's right there.
This will definitely kill her though. Maybe. There. Yeah.
The swag.
Calculated.
Yep. That was actually RNG minute for a fast Cackletta fight.
We almost went through. Oh wait, no, we made that joke at the beginning of the run. Never mind.
Once again, amazing boss fight coming up.
So if Cackletta does give me too much trouble, I do have the option of making a restore point before the final phase and then just... But that should not be the case. Oh, I did not press down. That's the problemo. Alright, extra turn.
Each hand is something different, by the way. So in this case, the right hand is sent at the fire attack, which is slow. The left and, or excuse me, her left hand there sends the fire attack, and her right hand is the thunder attack, which is faster. So you want to really do the left hand first.
Alright, tagging Mario first, that's fine.
113.
Yeah, her attacks on Luigi solo are pretty easy to dodge, so it's never a big deal. So I'm gonna heal with Mario up. Oh, I need to start hitting my down inputs. Alright, hopefully I mash a little less good, well, and then I won't be in too much damage. Okay, make sure to change that.
Ooh.
Oh, that is not nice. Alright, just don't give me fire and I can survive. Well, nice seeing ya.
Yeah.
Alright, I think I can make a save.
At the start of the second
Yeah, at
phase.
the start of the second phase for this one because I don't want
Yeah.
to be stuck here all day.
The remake does that, thankfully.
Mm-hmm. Let's go. This fight is basically the biggest reason why its estimate is so high for this
Yeah. I should still be underestimated though, so.
Yes, definitely.
the run leading up to Kakaleta was very good. And a lot of runners will know that can happen, and then Kakaleta can just take it all away.
Yep. This is truly one of those games where the run's not over until you hit the final split.
Or at the very least, a Kakaleta before a final split.
Alright. If we get Mario's power, she should die on the next Chopper Bros.
There we go.
Nice.
A funny little quirk of the damage calculation on that counterattack. If whoever's damage is being used, if that bro dies during the attack, then your counterattack damage becomes 0 until it's done. Just a weird quirk of how the damage calculation works.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and make a save point here, because this fight is very tough. Whenever I get to the text. There we go. There.
These persistent pairs of plumbers.
That was a little low, but I can make up with it with knockback.
Ooh.
Here we go again. Alright.
Nice.
The tell for that attack is her eyes. She tells you where, if it's going to be up or down.
In later phases, it spins a lot faster, so it makes it really hard to tell. Like, a way harder to tell. That's why attack is so deadly, and probably her deadliest attack besides the orb attack. There it is.
Alright, I'm still gonna go with a full knockback, because the first one was not great. And hopefully I'm at least in the second phase. Like pretty deep into the second phase already.
It's not telling us what phase you're in.
Yeah, maybe this one. Yeah, I
Pretty-
mean, fortunately and unfortunately, Kakaleta, once you free her heart, she always does an attack cycle. Alright, here
There
we
we
go.
go.
Alright.
Okay.
Second phase.
Probably very close to third.
Mhm.
Yeah, this Waffle Ghost attack is pretty hard to dodge too, because it does lag the game out right when you're jumping. So I have to delay it a little bit.
Woo!
Alright, I really do not know which attack to use, because I don't want to do too much.
Play it safe, I say.
Play it safe.
Yeah.
I hope by play it safe you mean fully timed?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, there's a chance.
Okay, she didn't
No
do.
orbs.
Yep.
Oh.
We'll never know what
Nice.
phase you're in.
Alright.
Just go for it.
I need heart for this attack. Alright, that was pretty good.
On.
Come on.
Nice.
There it is.
Thanks for all the time.
Smell your lair, Cackletta.
That fight is something else.
Yeah, because she's a gas. You can smell gases. Anyways.
Oh man, I'm supposed to be good at this game, and Cackletta still gives me trouble. So you can see how tough that is.
Now all you do is just escape, which thankfully we unlocked it earlier. We unlocked escape earlier, so it should be just a breeze. A quick brisk walk through Bowser's castle.
Yep.
Don't forget the door, by the way.
Well, I was about to say, since I already opened the door, we can just walk right out.
All right, we're getting close to time. It's when Prince Peasley's done talking.
One
at the
cool
end.
thing to show off. This,
Oh, yeah.
when you first enter the castle, this cutscene actually shows up. So we got to fight all the Koopalings. We have 2.5 minutes left, but unfortunately,
Oh man,
we're blocked off.
our adventure. Ah well.
Yeah, so time's coming up pretty soon. It's on Prince Peasley's last text box, but we'll cue you for it. Boom.
Wait for it. Wait for it. And splat.
It might be time for Year of Bowser, I guess.
But every year's the year of the Luigi.
You're right.
Time's coming up very soon.
All right. And ready and time.
All right.
Nice.
And
I assume it was around 1:30ish.
Yeah.
132.
132,
all
14.
right.
That's
I made sure to be lenient with the time for
No-
the estimate. so-
no one will blame you. That fight's just
Yeah.
really
it's
hard.
really, really hard.
Yeah. So before I head out, just a quick shout out to Zorik, who's another runner of this. I like to make fun of him a lot because his time's not as good as mine. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun having another runner, and hopefully, if you're interested, please check it out too. All right, and
Shout out to this game in general for being amazing, by the way. I just want to say that really quick.
yeah, thanks for watching.